Welcome to Lesson 22, Budgeting. To begin this lesson, go to the QuickBooks Online demo account as discussed in Lesson 4. The Ironworkers Key Performance Indicator program covers all areas of how a local union should operate, including membership, organizing, and political and financial issues. KPI number 4 of this program includes a requirement to have an annual budget. QuickBooks Online supports preparing budgets, which help you monitor, track, and compare expected income and expenses with actual income and expenses. When you prepare a budget, you typically prepare it for a fiscal year, and you can opt to supply budget amounts or use historical amounts from QuickBooks Online. In order to create, access, edit, or delete budgets, you must be an administrator with all access rights. Your budget will start with the first month of your fiscal year. Therefore, you should check that your fiscal year setting is correct. Select the gear icon in the upper right, then choose Account and Settings. Click the Advanced tab on the left. If the first month of your fiscal year is not correct, select the pencil icon in the Accounting section and set the correct first month of fiscal year. Notice that in the demo account, the fiscal year starts in January. Select Save. Now you can create a budget. Select the gear icon at the top, then choose Budgeting. Select Add Budget. Enter a name in the Name field. Let's call it 2021 Budget. From the Fiscal Year drop-down, select the fiscal year for the budget. Let's pick 2021, so January 2021 through December 2021. From the Interval drop-down, choose whether the budget will be monthly, quarterly, or yearly. Most people do monthly budgets, so I'll select monthly. Next, you have an option called Pre-fill Data. Select that drop-down and choose whether to pre-fill the budget with data. If you choose to pre-fill your budget with actual data from a previous year, select which year's actual data to use. Let's select Actual Data 2020. Notice that as soon as you select to pre-fill data from Actual Data 2020, QuickBooks Online fills in the historical amount averages. That saves you a lot of time. Scroll down to look at it. Now, in this Play account, there are only 60 to 90 days worth of data at any given time, so you won't see historical numbers in every month. But this is an awesome feature. Basically, this means that after you've been using QuickBooks Online for at least 1 year, when you build your next year's budget, you will be able to get pre-filled numbers as a starting point for your entire budget. What a huge time saver. Let's say Don't Subdivide, and then select Create Budget. The budget is now created, and if you didn't pre-fill the budget earlier, you can fill in the table now. You can also edit the amounts at any time. If you don't see all your accounts and sub-accounts, go to the gear icon in the upper right and check if the Hide Blank Rows option happens to be selected. So let's say that Craig has hired a famous designer, and he believes in 2021 his design income will be $5,000 in July, August, and September, his busiest months. On the expense side, he's going to budget $500 a month for advertising during those same 3 months. Of course, if you were really doing this entire budget, you would hand enter your projections for income and expenses in every category. To save the budget, select Save or Save and Close. You can create as many budgets as desired by clicking Add Budget in the upper right corner of the budget screen. For instance, you might create an aggressive budget that assumes a huge plant that is rumored to open does open, bringing many new ironworker jobs. And you could create a conservative budget that assumes the plant does not open, so there will be fewer jobs in the area. If a new budget is created, existing budget reports will not be superseded or affected. You'll just have multiple budgets, and you can run reports for each of those. Also, notice that you can edit your existing budget anytime by clicking Edit in the Action column next to the budget. When editing a budget, the amounts must be edited one line at a time. Notice in that same drop-down you have the option to delete an existing budget, but be aware once a budget has been deleted, it cannot be restored. The activity log will have a record of the deleted budget, but it won't provide any details behind it, and all your information would need to be re-entered manually. So let's say that you created a 2021 budget. Then what? Well, there are two types of budget reports you can access: an email, print, or export to Excel. These reports can be accessed from the Action column next to the budget or from the Reports area of QuickBooks Online that we discussed in an earlier lesson. The Budget Overview report shows a summary of budgeted amounts for a specific budget. The Budget versus Actuals report shows a summary of budgeted amounts versus actual amounts and their variances and variance percentages. So this is the most valuable of the two reports because, for example, it may show Craig that he overestimated the value of his famous designer. He thought that hiring decision would bring in $5,000 a month during his 3 busy months, and maybe the actual data shows he brought in $3,000 a month. So this report will help you analyze whether you're over budget or under budget as the year unfolds. Many of you are comfortable with Microsoft Excel, so don't forget that your budget can be exported. To do this, run the Budget Overview report, then click the Export button just above the report and select Export to Excel. QuickBooks Online will send a copy of the budget to your Downloads folder in an Excel format, and all you need to do is open and review it. So now you know how to create and manage budgets in QuickBooks Online.